You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. I've got some spoilers for next week for April 22nd through 26th. Not the full roster of weekly spoilers yet. That video comes out tomorrow. But for now, I've got some big info for next week. I've got stuff with Danny Romalotti and Traci Abbott, which is kind of interesting. Ashley Abbott and a whole new alter that we have not met yet, who is quite interesting. And scenes with Kyle, Jack, and Victor at the ranch dealing with this Jordan crisis, plus Nikki Newman getting a little tipsy and going rogue. I'm excited to tell you all about all of these. If you haven't, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Now let's talk about these tidbits we have for next week. So Dany and Tracy, it looks like they're at the GCAC talking, and Dany wants to ask Tracy a question, and she's fine with that. You know, they've known each other forever. I think, gosh, since they were teenagers, maybe. And he wants to know what it is she's trying hard not to talk about. It's kind of bizarre to have them in a scene together, but if you don't recall, Dany and Tracy are very close. They've been close since way back in the day. In fact, she was his very first wife he had on Young and the Restless. They got married back in 1985, but they annulled their marriage. So Tracy had gotten pregnant by one of her college professors, and she was very good friends with Danny Romalotti, who was just a aspiring teen rocker back then. She was his fan club president, and they were very good friends, the two of them and Lauren and some others. And so Danny married her because she was pregnant by somebody she shouldn't have been pregnant by. But then Tracy miscarried that pregnancy, and so she and Danny had their marriage annulled. And that was before Danny blew up into a big-time international rock star, you know, Genoa City's own David Hasselhoff. So as to what Tracy is not talking about, it could be one of two things, or both of these things. Ashley going off the rails with a mental health spiral, or her great nephew's kidnapping. She may be keeping it zipped about both Harrison and Ashley, but I do wonder what her old friend Danny is going to get out of her. And by the way, isn't Danny supposed to already be gone on tour? I am so crushed that Christine isn't going with him. I was so ready to see the last of those two, so the whole big Danny Phyllis bug thing would be dead as a doornail, but nope, they're keeping Christine around for reasons I can't fathom. And now I'm worried Danny's going to cancel his tour and stay. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have Ashley Abbott at the bar at the GCAC, and she is got a whole new alter we've not met before with a Southern accent. So Ashley is saying to the bartender, "You can make a girl happy with a shot of tequila, and don't you forget that teeny weeny slice of lime." She sounds very Streetcar Named Desire Blanche Dubois. If you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about. I've always depended upon the kindness of strangers, that kind of thing. Clearly, something goes awry with the plan to get Ashley Abbott into treatment. This week on Y&R, we had Sharon Newman called in to check on her, recommended inpatient treatment, and then Tracy arranged for an intake at a mental health facility, and Ashley snapped out of it because Ms. Abbott was in control of her for a while. Ashley snapped out of it, realized what had gone on, and said she needs help, and she needs help today, like right now. So it's messy. We've met two of her alters, the young, like teeny bopper girl whose name is Ash, and the very controlling, scheming Miss Abbott. But they mentioned there would be three alters, and next week you're going to meet number 3. I'm calling her Blanche for now. I don't know what kind of name they're going to give her since they're using different versions of Ashley and Abbott. But obviously, it looks like Ashley doesn't make it to the facility. So maybe while everyone is worried about Harrison being missing, Ashley's new alter takes over and just slips her out of the house. We'll see. We've got some action with Kyle, Jack, and Victor at the ranch. We see them on Friday, and then it picks up again. Looks like this is going to happen on Monday, where Jack is telling Victor that he thinks Jordan is going to reach out to Kyle soon. and he's asking Victor, how do we string her along if she starts making demands? Because they really want to get Harrison back. Hopefully Claire, but they're more worried about Harrison. And Victor says about Jordan that she loves theatrics. And he makes a little theatrical reference, says he's going to pull down the damn curtain once and for all on her. So this week, Jordan said she wants cash and the villa in France. So Jack wires money to her offshore account on Friday's episode. But Kyle is very worried that she has no reason to keep Harrison alive and safe once they meet all her demands. I mean, that's good thinking. But Victor and others still think that Jordan has an ally. This is interesting. They don't know the mystery man was Jordan herself in men's clothing. And so they are thinking about this unknown guy as an added element of danger. And Michael Baldwin is involved in all of this. And next week, Summer has Chance out searching for her son. So next week, we're going to have more demands from Jordan, but I really don't expect this kidnapping to hit high gear until Thursday or Friday because Sweeps kicks off April 25th going into the following week. So I'm guessing we're going to see more of Harrison with the crazy woman who's told him she's raising him now and to call her Aunt Jordan. And hopefully we'll get a glimpse of Claire and whatever her crazy great aunt has done to her. All right, last thing to talk about for next week, Nikki Newman. Out in an alley all alone. It's that same loading dock, the one where cans of gasoline are sitting, things like that, where Michael and Victor met with her. And Nikki is taunting Jordan and saying, I'm right where you want me. And she hears something and it looks like somebody is definitely there. So on Friday's episode, after hitting the vodka bottle, Nikki tells Victoria that she is going alone to offer herself as bait to try and end this hostage thing with Jordan. I really hope Victoria goes to tell her dad what her mom has done so that Nikki will have backup, because it looks like Nikki is out on her own, tempting fate and risking her life. But of course, she is convinced that Claire Grace Howard Newman is innocent and she wants to save her and her grandson Harrison, or great grandson Harrison, pardon me. So we'll see how it goes. Those are all of the advanced spoilers I have for the week of April 22nd through 26th right now. Come back tomorrow for a full roster of weekly spoilers. Juicy stuff. Please drop your comments on what you're excited to see. Subscribe if you haven't. And come back soon, because we are here talking Y&R 7 days a week on your number one Soap Spoilers channel. And I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.